What is up? What is up? It is Monday, January 9th, 2023. We're in this new year. Man, 9 days in this new year already. I'm over in Los Angeles. It's raining, pouring outside. And I'm here on my, 8th vlog of my Curiosity series. The subject is, what subjects were you more gravitated in school? So we're kind of gearing towards more of the self-discovery, self-awareness kind of type deal. But before I jump onto that, I actually want to talk about how my day went. It's interesting because yesterday work was just so freaking busy. It was just, I work at Heidi Lau Hot Pot in Los Angeles in Century City, and as of December, we just got notice that we are the best in terms of best sales and I guess overall customer satisfaction. Heidi Lau Hot Pot in the country of the United States. So that's something to gloat about. That's something to take pride in, because I was a part of that within the past couple of months since I joined in September. So and it's amazing to see that through, because I remember when I was working at my dad's restaurant back in Boise, and there were just times where I just I couldn't help but wish I was in a restaurant where everybody was devoted to excellence, like to be the best of the best. And that's very hard to do in a small business, especially when you have a small business with employees who come from a different background, and everybody's doing their best for sure. Not to say that they're not doing the best. It's just it's a level of excellence that is expected, or at least you want to. The standard is high. It's a very high quality, high standard restaurant over at Heidi Lau, and my dad's restaurant is also high standard, but it's small business, right? So I've only known small business my whole life, so I wanted to actually taste what it was like to work in a big name or a corporate restaurant. And side note, actually, when I was applying to jobs to work in Los Angeles, they called me for an interview before I was even staying in LA. And when I got to that interview, it was kind of meant to be. They called me, right? I applied on the website Indeed. Shout out to Indeed. And they called me, and I set up the interview. I went to the interview. It was like bread and butter, because I had so much experience. I had so much restaurant experience. I had teaching experience, right? I had people experience. And I basically got the job right on the spot, pretty much, and that was in September, like mid-September, when I officially moved here to Los Angeles. But just to continue that, I just wanted to say that I kind of manifested that, like even at a stage in my life where I was still in Boise, Idaho, and I didn't know what was gonna come into my foreseeable future. But I made it happen. I saw myself working for a company, or at least a restaurant, just surrounded by people who wanted to do excellent work, and excellent was the standard at all times. And there's a price to being the best, right? So that's why what I'm talking about is when I was working Sunday, this whole holiday season has been crazy, okay? working at the top best hot pot in the country, there is downfalls to being the best. And those downfalls is that sometimes you might have a shortage of employees, and you know, you might not have enough. These are all restaurants. Restaurants always deal with, you know, certain similarity of struggles. You might have a shortage of employees, and then you got to cover that shift. You might have a surplus, like an extensive amount of customer demand. Like there's so many customers that they're coming all at the same time, and they're not stopping. I thought being busy at a small business was crazy, but you know, like this is just next level because this restaurant is so freaking huge that the wait list was almost at 200 people. Like there was a 200 people wait list. People were waiting to eat at this hot pot. It was 150 plus people waiting just to eat. It's crazy, bro. I think not too long ago, I think a couple during the holiday season, I think shout out Snow Allegra. I think I saw Snow Allegra come in with a friend, you know. I think shout out to Howie Hughes. I think I saw him a couple days ago, right? But it was just like, it's a place to be. Some people are trying it for the first time, and you just don't know. Everybody's story is different with hot pot, but like there's a price. What I'm trying to get is that there's a price you pay for wanting to be the best, or involved in excellence, involved with the best of the best. But this is something that I asked for, right? I asked for it. I wanted this. I desired this. Okay? And when I was first working at this job, I didn't have that many shifts. I had to earn my stripes for sure. You know, I was still new. I started as a busser, started training as a server a little bit, did it on the weekends. That didn't really work out too much. Different story, but anyways, now I work, you know, 50 plus hours as a busser, especially now during the holiday season. I'm on winter break for school, and they've just been working me, you know, to the bone, because I have demand for my skill. I have demand for, I have a need, right? I have employees. I have the higher ups who like working with me in particular. So today was a much more chill day, and it was nice, actually. It was nice. And boy, that's just something that I couldn't stop thinking about, is that, wow, I really asked for this, man. You know, like I was seeing it in my head over and over, like I need to be surrounded by excellence, people who want to do excellent work every day. So, and it's great because, you know, I get to come home and I'm, you know, just tired, dead tired, and I just, sometimes I stay up a little bit later just to unwind and then go to bed, but the pay could be better. That's the only thing that I ask for, definitely. But I think that I might have to step away from this job a little bit so I can make more money on a different opportunity, open up other opportunities so I can, you know, cover my cost of living, because cost of living over here is so high in Los Angeles. Things that I noticed today compared to yesterday is that yesterday I got actually, one of the many days, yesterday I got pretty frustrated. Because I was getting so frustrated because the orders just kept on coming in and in and in. The people just kept coming in. Like there was literally no break. Not until I had to leave. I got to clock out by maybe like 9:30 or so. I got there at 11:30. No, 12:30. I got there at 12:30. So, I got really frustrated, and some of my employees told me that today that they saw me leave. They thought I left early because I didn't stay till closing. I didn't have to, but they didn't know that. They thought that I left at 9:30 because that I was pissed. I was pissed, but I didn't leave because I was pissed. Because I'm just like anybody else, I get overworked and I get tired and I get hangry, right? This is not something that I hide. I don't like to fake my emotions. I don't like to fake anything, really. But today was more cool, a more chill day. I arrived at work a little bit late, but my boy Alexis had my back, and usually we have like a 10-minute break for eating time, but lucky me that we ran out of food. That's not the lucky part, but we ran out of food, so I was able to wait just a little bit longer and then eat just a little bit longer. My 10-minute break that we usually get turned into a 20-minute break. It's kind of nice. I think we're enjoying the fruits of our labor right now because right now, today we got to chill. It was a bit colder today, it was a bit more rainy. And it's just a blessing. I'm just very grateful to be where I'm at in life. I looked at the bank account today, and it's getting lower, but I think I've seen worse in my bank account before. So I'm praying for the opportunities to open up, that it helps me have more security, so I don't have to be too stressed out about money. But I think I should be okay if I, really budget tightly within the next couple of weeks before this month is over. Going home to visit Boise in the next week or two, January 18th. So Boise, I'll see you soon. Yeah. I got like confirmation that you just know when you have mutual respects from your employees, and at this point in my life, at my time at Haidilao, Lao, I can tell that I have a lot of respect and camaraderie and relationship, and it's just been strengthened, and I've only been here since September, October, November, just 3-4 months, right? So like I work every day except Friday. One day off is good enough, but it's a grind, you guys. It's a grind. I'm making it happen, a day at a time. my first 2 months, this has turned into my little daily vlog, I guess. I promise we'll get back to the subjects thing. Maybe not, but right now I'm just flowing. There's a time when I was here in LA, and like there was a good 2 months where I was on edge and I was very anxious about my stay here, and I didn't know how to deal with it, but I knew it was because I was in new territory and I was making different steps in my life towards the greatness that I am going to achieve. And it was a gift. I saw it as a gift, that kind of anxiety, because I was not just anxious about my own well-being, but I was also so sensitive about other people's anxiety, and that I got confirmation that other students and individuals at school were also going through the same kind of anxiety, the same kind of stress. A lot of other individuals are way farther from home than I am. You know, I'm a couple hours away from flight, 14-hour drive, but that's nothing compared to these guys who live across the country or international, so I can only imagine what they're going through. It's just perspective. That you're not the only one going through things. I'm not the only one going through these things, right? I'm just joining this this wave and this line of people, humans trying to make their path make their realities a reality, dreams a reality. I don't like to talk about dreams too much because a dream seems so far away. I like to talk about the vision. I like to say vision. The visions come to reality. If you can see it, you can believe it. And I've been doing my best to stay more in tune with who I truly am, and have faith in, God, the universe, whatever people like to call it, but I have faith that it's all going to be okay as long as I keep going, keep trying. I have some new employees coming to train, and they've been coming to train for the past couple days and past couple weeks while I've been on winter break, and it just reminds me of that's where I used to be in training. And you come to this huge, one of them has never worked a job in his life. This is literally his first job. And you just can't but feel so empathetic towards that, because he's such a young man and he wants to learn, he wants to grow, he wants to be better. And one of the instances, he dropped a plate of food and he felt so ashamed, felt so embarrassed and discouraged. But my little gesture of him just looking at him with open arms and just extending my hand to him and shaking it very nicely and lovingly, saying that it's okay. It happens to me too. And him knowing that even, someone who knows the job very well now, that I was also there, right? We've all been there, we've all been there. It just reassured him that it's okay to fail. It's all right. You're protected here. And I wanted him to know that. You're okay to fail here. Just as I did. Just as we all did. So it gets to you guys, you know, life, it gets to us. Like I told you, I was frustrated. I was pissed. I can't hide it when I'm pissed, man. People know, people can feel it. Especially when you're so used to being like a light of energy and a, you know, ray of sunshine in everyday life. You know, you're a high, vibrant spirit, and when you're angry, they can sense it. They know. So it was nice to just kind of chill and relax today, because I, in the night shift when I was doing my job as busser, I actually got switched to custodian, and which is a much more relaxed job, and it's kind of nice, not running around so much, and you know, just kind of tying up the aprons and cleaning a little bit in the back of the house, dinking around, fooling around with some of the homies. Definitely starting to feel like the love, for sure, and the respect. But it was definitely earned, because there were some nights where during the holiday season I stayed a little over, and I didn't have to, but I chose to, because I didn't want to let my teammates down. You know, I felt bad because it was just so freaking busy. It was so fucking busy, man. Like, it was, God, there's so many people, so many customers. From the time we start until the time we end, like, there's literally, it's so busy. You can't fake this shit, man. You can't fake it. This is real. The best Haidi Lao, the best Haidi Lao hot pot in the country, and I work there. And there's a price to that kind of greatness. There's a price to that kind of title. Everybody, literally, I wasn't the only one complaining. We were all complaining. We were all tired. But we had to show up, because we had a job to do. Whether we want to or not, you know, I mean, we could call in, but we'd be letting a lot of people down. And we weren't about to do that. Most of us don't, at least. Because, well, we need the fucking money, so we need to live, we need to eat. There's a reason why I'm there. There's a reason why I'm there right now, and there's a reason why that's my job at this moment in life. There's a reason why I work there. You know, everything happens for a reason, you guys. It could be beyond my comprehension. You know, there could be many reasons why I work there, but there is a higher plan. There's a higher reason why I am there. And shout out to one of my friends who actually pointed that out, who's very in tune with spirituality and, you know, very conscious of things. So anyway, let's top this vlog out with a little what we began it with. Is that what subjects were you more gravitated in school? those subjects that were so gravitational, like it was a pulling, you were so pulled and drawn to. There's a reason why you're drawn to it. There's a reason why you have such a liking to it. There's a reason. Trust that feeling. Go for it, right? Like for me, it was math. I really liked math. I really liked art. I really liked PE. So combine that all together. Like I liked I like things of absolutes. You know, I liked solving problems. The numbers just made more sense to me, more than English did. Numbers just, I just loved numbers. I loved adding, subtracting. I loved algebra. I loved calculus. Wasn't the greatest at geometry, but I think once I finally got it, it was like, oh, geometry. But art, oh man, I just loved expression. I loved the creativity, you know. I loved making something from nothing. PE, goodness, I just love being active. I still do. History, oh my God, love stuff because history repeats itself. It's not why I loved it though, but I just knowing facts that existed before your existence is so fascinating to me. Why something is the way it is today. You know, history. Loved history. I wasn't always the best at science, but boy did I love studying how things work. It was the jargon of science that got to me sometimes, because I wasn't always I don't think I was per se that I would I don't know, I get it. Science was a little hard for me, but I did like it's just, I think it's the way they taught science that didn't make me enjoy it as much in school, but when I did it on my own, it was very enjoyable. I love movies, I love plays, I love music, you know. Oh man, I did love music class. Wow. I really liked music class because I played the guitar middle school, high school. In music class when I was in elementary school, I remember I really wanted the part in Cinderella to be I really wanted to be the prince. I wanted to be the prince or His Royal Majesty. And I just couldn't land a certain note when I sang for that audition. So I didn't get the part, but I knew I was so drawn to that. I was so drawn to that class because I was so drawn to being musical. What was it? It was Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte, they had a solo, and that part went to my boy Casey. I still remember his name, Casey. He got the part for Napoleon, and I auditioned for that Napoleon part. Oh, my name's Napoleon Bonaparte. I still remember it too. God. Came a long way from elementary school singing. Still a long way to go. still a long way to go. But these subjects that you're really gravitated towards in school or in general are just, they say something about you, you know? They, like, what did you excel in? Did you excel in math? Did you excel in art? Did you excel in PE? Like, I loved being physical. I'm a very physical guy. Very competitive, you know? I was just thinking today of what's the fire in me, in my soul, or in my heart that makes me want to be so great. Like, what is the actual fire? I think a huge part of that fire is just that there's someone or somebody out there that thinks they can take me, that thinks that they can outdo me. And not just think, they know they can. They know they can, and they will. And I don't like that. So that's a thought that I had today. Moment of clarity of that somebody out there knows or thinks that they can beat me, and that bugs the shit out of me. So that's why I want to be great. That's why I want to do things to the utmost excellence, to be number one. And I don't always have to be number one. I don't always have to be, but as long as I have my moments, right? I like to thrive. I like to, win. And I don't always win. I like, that's just the part of the game, but I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't want to be the best that I can possibly be. And if I was in a situation where I had to compete, I would lie to you and say that I wouldn't strive to be, on top. There are moments, though. There are moments where I sometimes maybe give up too early, like we all do sometimes, right? And there are moments where I could have gone a little bit more, but I really didn't, and I let somebody else take the W. Like there was a time in class where I made the decision that I was going to like it was a game of tag, and we had to be blindfolded, and but you don't have an actual blindfold. You just have to close your eyes, right, and make sure you never peek. And the game of tag is that you had to like fully grab their wrist or so, and so it was down to 3 of us left, and I was one of them. And at some point, I think I just got bored. I just got bored of the game and kind of let myself out and get kind of tagged, right? I think a part of me wanted to see somebody else win as well. So that's the thing about me. I don't always have to win. I like to seeing other people win as well. Brings me joy too. It does. I just think competition can, or it can't. I think for the most part, competition can bring out people's best, and that's what I want. Is if it's competition, if it's something that there's a victorious person, there's a victor, and and it brings out your best of your best, then why not? Why not? You know? A lot of people like to shun competition. Oh, it's competitive. Oh, it's a competition. Oh, it's a competitive mentality wouldn't work in this, you know, like what? Everything is a competition. It's all a competition. What? Come on, man. Like, there's... What? Come on, man. Yes, there's egalitarianism. Yeah, of course. We're all equal. There's also elitism. We're not all equal. There's defense on both. It's the same coin. There's defense on both sides. Come on now. I'm not one to disregard the truth. I'm not because then if you disregard one side of the coin, you're disregarding the whole coin. Might as well. Ignorance. Like, you're willingly choosing ignorance. Come on, don't freaking do that. I think the sensitive ones, such as myself, I'm very sensitive too. But I can't be so sensitive to know the fact that the world is going to be the world, reality is going to be reality, and it doesn't care about my sensitivity. It just, whether I win or whether I lose, it's going to come for me no matter what. So why not just embrace that, yeah, things are competitive. You have to compete for that job that you want. You have to compete for that girl or guy that you want, you know, like, and this is what brings out our efforts. This is what brings out our A game. Don't you always want to be on your A game? Yeah, no, it's exhausting sometimes, right? Sometimes you just want to coast, be your C game, your casual game. There's a time for that, but not when it matters. I think we have to do that checks and balances of balancing the A game when it really matters, when to coast, when not to coast. But think about that. Think about the subjects you were good at. Think about the subjects you were really good at. You excelled. Like, I remember being so blissfully happy and so joyful studying theater, studying dance, acting, the history of theater, the note theater, Greek tragedies and comedies, and man, it was so fun. It's still fun to this day. Memorizing a monologue and adding different touches and notes and layers and colors to it, playing with it, you know. I like to say, make love to it every now and then. You get to a point where you just make love to the text. Something like that. Because you can beat up the text, right? You can treat it like it's a punching bag, and then you can treat it like, it's your best friend. Treat it like it's a lover, right? You just, embrace it. Take it all in. Take it all in. All of it. Every single word. Let it mean something different each time. So, episode 8. That's what I got for you. Thank you for tuning in. As always, Alexander, the Curious George. Alex B. Stay curious, you guys. Bless.